Hi, my name is Hallow. I just got back from my dentist appointment, and I want to say this is the first time I've been to a dentist that I can remember since like the 80s. So once I hit in my adult life, um, I was in, let's put it this way, until that recession real estate bubble crap that went down in like 99, 98, 2000 era. I always had it was always easy to have insurance. It's always a given. You have insurance and everything. So I've had lots of times in my adult life where I had insurance, but I just, doctors, dentists, all those medical people and places, I never like going there. So I always avoided it. And I was always a kid that was encouraged and expected to take good care of their teeth. So my grandma always made sure I had dentist appointments regularly, and I had to go to the orthodontist and all kinds of crap. So I remember them telling me when I was a kid that I had hard teeth as opposed to soft teeth. So people with soft teeth are more vulnerable to cavities than people with hard teeth. But it's kind of a miracle that I haven't needed emergency dental care up until now. It's kind of a testament to my hog teeth, maybe. But yeah, I feel so guilty, you guys, for even having to be there and even get myself in this situation where I have not been taking care of my teeth, my dental health. It's part of the chronic fatigue of congestive heart failure. Your hygiene in general isn't never going to be is not up to par, and it's hard to maintain it regularly, and you have to adapt and do quicker versions of things. But it's so stupid. I remember I was telling them today, I feel so guilty to be here. Like you could brush your teeth while you're sitting on the toilet. It's not a physically demanding hygiene task, but it was something that has fallen to the wayside. I have to be honest about my faults, and I have not been practicing good dental hygiene for quite some time now. I would assume that probably started in my alcoholism, I was a functioning alcoholic between the ages of 38 and 48. It was a solid 10-year period. Start time, end time, neat little package, but it was 10 whole years. And I would assume that's, I still had an office job and everything. That's why I call it a functioning alcoholic. I was able to pay my bills and work a full-time job and be good at it. And it was a 40-hour plus kind of job. And I was able to maintain it. But the life outside of that was crap. And just drink, smoke. So I personally feel a lot of my health problems were exacerbated and or created from that lifestyle. I was super duper honest with all my doctors when I first entered the medical system, because by that time I had already had my own journey where I didn't feel the shame or stigma anymore about my alcoholism. I've always been pretty upfront about it. And people like Russell Brand have always helped me with, the proper way we're supposed to talk about addiction, that we do not deal with addiction in a healthy manner in our culture. And obviously his culture either. He's British, and maybe other places in the world. I can only speak for America. That's where I live. But we do not deal with all that crap at all. So there's a lot of people suffering in silence and maybe wanting help and don't ask for it because of the stigma. So a lot of times that's why I put everything out on the table, and I'm so damn blunt and open about my crap, because I have lived large portions of my life in silence, especially as a child. I was in some abusive situations that I never reported to anyone because I didn't know I had rights. I really didn't know I had basic rights to be treated well. I thought I was my mom's property and stuff. So that's why I'm always such a firm believer in silence is death. Silence is festering. Silence makes everything worse. And I've totally gone off track. I'm sorry. So, anyway, I just came from the dentist. I want to give a major, major shout out, love, blessings, kudos, whatever language you want to use, to Gentle Dentists, Dr. Lee at the Gentle Dentist in Westfield, and all the wonderful people working for her. It was the most beautiful experience. They were beautiful, kind, warm, patient, gentle, sweet, laughing, joking. We laughed our way through everything, all the craziness and everything. And it wasn't that crazy. The office is designed and built to make you feel comfortable. So I want to give them public accolades. If you are someone who needs to go to the dentist and you are scared and everything, I'd highly recommend trying them, because I have major anxiety about, my main anxiety triggers are new people and new things, new places. So, I was off the charts today. I am on Celexa, so that definitely helps with my anxiety. But yeah, if you have any need to go to the dentist and you are scared, I highly recommend giving Dr. Lee a shot, because she's really amazing. And her people that work for her are really beautiful and nice and sweet. So, okay, I'm going to have 6 teeth removed from my mouth. I knew she was going to say that something, I didn't know if she was going to say the whole darn mouth or what. So I guess it's kind of a best scenario. At least it's not my whole mouth. But it's like in the back, couple in the top, couple in the bottom on both sides. So at this point in the game, I've been through so much, y'all, and I've had so many demeaning situations I've been in my hospital visits, that I don't have a lot of vanity left in me. I wasn't necessarily a vain person anyway. I mean, I've always loved makeup and goth punk glamour, but I always did it for me. I wasn't really doing it necessarily for other people or whatever. But yeah, the things I've been experiencing in the hospital, if I had any vanity or whatever, that all went out the window with the stuff I've been through in there, like laying in my own piss all night and crap like that. Like I said, there'll be stories I'll be telling as these episodes progress. But yeah, I had a great appointment. My dental journey, like I said, I have to have 6 things removed, 6 things in the back. So my dental journey is just beginning. Congestive heart failure makes all this tricky and a little dangerous. So she thoroughly went over the pros and cons and gave me the most informed, educated information to make a decision, which I respect and admire. Oral surgery, an oral surgeon is probably the more safer route for me because of my heart stuff. The kind of medicine they give you to numb you, I guess it races your blood pressure and all that. So they're going to have to get a consultation from cardiologist. I haven't had one for a while, or I was assigned one in 2017, but what happened? I'll tell you what happened in 2017. I did get freaking insurance. I went through that freaking government healthcare thing, the universal healthcare program and everything. And that, what really sucked about that situation was that the companies that deal with the government, a lot of them are just ripping people off, and it ain't no better than any other thing. And in some luck, for me, having insurance was more dangerous than not having it, if that makes sense to you. I'll kind of explain what I'm saying. I went through the exchange. I was assigned to CareSource. I think they wanted let's put it this way. The government paid them $200 to $300 subsidy every freaking month to help me. And they still wanted me to give them like $250 on top of that or some crap like that. So the thing that made that so evil and negative was I have lots of specialized care I need. I have at least 4 different types of specialized medical professionals I should be seeing regularly for my different conditions. Wouldn't help pay for a single fucking one, you guys. Not a single fucking one. So and then because of their bullshit drama over my oxygen, I used to have to be on supplemental oxygen from 2017. I just got off of it for the first time in since then. I just got off of it in like by December 2022. So I'm doing good. It's been about a year now. I've been off of it, and I check my oxygen levels regularly. I have a beautiful little machine that lets me know, because that's one of my deadliest dangers, is if my oxygen tanks out, because I personally don't know the difference really, because I can get winded regardless. So there aren't necessarily physical symptoms that I see and know, oh, my oxygen's low. So I really rely on these machines to let me know. So it was crappy as hell because they wouldn't help me pay for it. And at first, they were doing that. They're not the company, the hospital hooked me up with. It wasn't in their network. So like, well, it's not our network. Okay, bitches. Well, tell me who's in your network. I don't give a shit who's giving me my fucking oxygen. I don't want to fucking pay for it if I'm paying you bitches $250 a month. I deserve a break. And it was insane. I worked on that problem for 5 or 6 months, where they would refer me to places. One time they referred me to a place that didn't even fucking sell oxygen. It sold like baby supplies, maternity shit. It was fucked up, you guys, beyond reality. So yeah, so for me personally, I can't speak for the world, but insurance and the exchange was one of the worst financial decisions of my goddamn life. And I tried to keep it together as long as I could. I was working full time still, so I was making good money, bringing in good money. And I was paying those bitches at the insurance like $250 a month, and then I had to pay my out of pocket for my oxygen, which was $217 a month. What the fuck? And then we all have all the other bills of life we have to worry about. So I just kept it down and tried to solve the problem and kept talking to people. Where you talk to the people in your life, hoping somebody can give you advice, or they have been in a similar situation. You keep talking to the different fucking companies, trying to work out the problems. And I remember it all came to a head about 8 months down the road, towards the end of 2018, and my car broke down, and then the game over. That's more important in the sense that if you don't have a vehicle to get to your job, to earn that coin, to pay these motherfuckers, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to pay nobody nothing. We got to buy gas. We got to buy groceries. We have to pay utilities. We have to pay, everybody has to pay something for their residence. Like, let's say you're a homeowner, then you got to pay goddamn property taxes. If you're not a homeowner, then you're paying rent to somebody. I mean, there's no free ride, period. The saying I like to say is, if you're not paying your bills, someone else is. Bills always had to be paid, regardless of the circumstances of life. So yeah, I held it down as long as I could, and then that was it. It all came to a head when my car broke down, and I had a major expense I had to do to get it back running. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like off track. But yeah, the main gist of this was a happy video about the dentist. I finally went. It's just beginning my journey. I might have to go to, the safest thing is an oral surgeon, but the drama behind that is a lot of them don't take Medicaid anymore. So they gave me some referrals, and she can do it, but it's not going to be as safe, and can only do a couple things at a time, so I'll have to go to her more often. So I'm 6-1, half dozen the other about it. Whatever's less traumatic and safer is the one I would choose. But I also understand, even though I have Medicaid, I'm still financially strapped. And the interesting journey about having Medicaid is how all these doctors and medical places and professionals still treat you like a charity case, like you're a bum and you don't have money. So what's been explained to me by different people and trying to be compassionate about the whole thing, is that the reimbursement rate is different for Medicaid. So you don't make any kind of profit when you accept a Medicaid patient. You're just going to get your money break even, I guess. And then these people, they have to pay rent for their offices. they deserve quality of life and have to have money for gas and food and things too, just like we all want for our lives. So you can't hate on them too much, but it's more about the system is fucked as opposed to all of us individuals trying to navigate and live within these systems. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I will be calling them, and like I said, it doesn't matter to me either way, really. It's all kind of has to be done, you know, because you have to be careful with mouth infections. If you're a healthy person and you have mouth infections, they can actually fuck up your heart. It can be deadly. It can turn quick and get really crazy. So please, y'all, if you're having tooth pain and things like that going on, please don't ignore it. Please don't put it off, because I don't want you to be the one that gets the heart complications from it, where you either die or you end up being in my situation and having a degenerative heart disease. So please, I know most of us get pretty nervous about the dentist, but it's important. Dental hygiene is super important. We need our teeth. I've been thinking about what's life going to be like with less teeth. And luckily for me, I actually don't mind liquid diets. Sometimes I prefer, especially when my nerves are all shot to hell and my anxiety is crazy, I don't even want to eat. That's been my issue the last couple of weeks. I haven't been hungry at all, and I've dropped a shit ton of weight, y'all. I'm at my lowest weight I've been in years. That was the other exciting thing about today. Today was also the first day I took my wheelchair out into the community, and the wheelchair for me is a security blanket and a brake, but it's not. I can't think of it as a dependent tool. Like, it's something I have to keep me safe when I need it, but the ultimate goal is to maybe someday not even have to have it and be able to go out. So what I do is I'll push my own wheelchair. And then what we learned today, which I already knew, I anticipated, but I'd forgot about it. Because I always think through all the details of what my life's going to be like when I can start going out again. And I have all kinds of crap I have to think about, bathrooms and all kinds of crap. So I knew, like, my favorite club I want to go to, the Melian. I'm really looking forward to being able to return there. It's definitely, it's my club. It's my home away from home. I spent a lot of nights of my life there when I was younger. And some of the most magical performances of my life have happened on that stage. And I've seen some of the most amazing performances of concerts of other people's performances. I love the owners. I love the regulars. It's a great place. But I am not going to be able to fit my wheelchair through those doors. I already knew that. I'm going to have to walk through the doors of the Mel. So I already kind of had that in my head, but I forgot about it today. And that's the first thing we realized when we got up to the door, that my wheelchair isn't going to fit. And it's not to be hating. It's not that they're not ADA regulated. It's because it's a bariatric wheelchair. It's a Godzilla size wheelchair for my Godzilla size ass. So a normal wheelchair is going to be able to go through their doors. Don't get me wrong. If you're in a wheelchair, I don't want to disparage you from going to get dentistry from them. It was about because it's bariatric and because I'm so damn circus fat. So, but the good news is, like I said, the good news is I have ambulation independence on certain levels. So I'm able to get up and walk the wheelchair through the doors. So that's kind of how it'll be serving a purpose. And then the other thing I've noticed right away when I started getting comfortable with my wheelchair is I can use my legs and my arms to help move it myself, as opposed to always expecting someone to push me from behind. So that will be good. I anticipate that helping me build my muscle tone and help with stamina and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's why we started this show. Why Susan encouraged me to start this show, because there's so many details and experiences and things to go through, and I know I'm not alone. I know there's people out there that are going through things too, or they just started their journey, their medical journey, or they've been on it but they didn't have anybody to talk to about it or anybody else to relate to. So that's why I'm all about, let's put it all out. Let's talk. I don't, to a certain level, I'm telling my personal business and I'm talking about me, blah, blah, blah. But I'm doing it because I want people to feel comfortable. I want to take the stigma and shame out of obesity and medical conditions and limitations. You still have a right to go out in the community and live whatever life you want to live. Like, I'm on the aged and disabled waiver, so every now and again, whichever case manager of the day, I go through so many of them. It's not me, it's the system I live in. I've had a couple of them try to offer me day program and crap, and there's like generic crap they're supposed to say to you regardless, but I also get frustrated where, can't you customize the way you talk a little bit? Like, are you gonna try to get to know me at all as a human being? But I'm like, what? No, fuck no, I ain't going to no fucking senior center senior day program. What the fuck? Like, I don't got nothing against it. I know it's good for people, so I'm not putting it down, but for me, I got the world by the balls a long time ago and decided what I wanted from the world. So I'm cool. I don't need your help. I know where I want to go in the world. I'm cool. But yeah, I'm living the life I want to live. I still want to be a musician. I want to sell my art. I want to go look at other people's art. I want to watch other people play music. I want to play music. I'm doing it, man. I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to live my life, even though I'm fatter and less able to move around and shit. I still have a right to go out in the world and enjoy life just like everybody else. And I want to impart that into the people. I want that, help put that energy out in the world. Help people with confidence and rights. We have the rights. We all have rights to pursue happiness and joy, regardless of what our struggles, to help us get out the door and into the world. So I'm going to check out Facebook for a minute, check in with my friends. I don't need no senior center. I got the Indianapolis DIY scene, and I love you guys. I love you guys with all my heart. I've been a part of the Indianapolis DIY scene since the 80s. It started out going to punk shows, and then it took off from there, where I met the artists and the goths and the avant-garde people and the open stage people. That's the main world I perform in, is open stages. What I do is a lot of time it's solo work, where I do spoken word, and then I have a cello, violin, glockenspiel, and I only have 2 hands, and so I never got in. I never got into the electronic thing, which I know it would. I see the value of it if you're a solo musician, why people value it, but it's not my thing. It doesn't bring me joy. I need instruments. But it's okay, because on another level, it kind of gives me a level of originality or freshness to my act, I guess you could say. That was a nice thing a friend of mine said. A guy I'm friends with, that I'd met through the patio. I'd run into him a few years later at the Mel, and we were catching up on our lives, and I was explaining how I was solo now and just performing by myself with my cello. And he was like, man, that's really cool. That's different. That's kind of fresh to just hear the one instrument. So yeah, don't underestimate yourself and your gifts to the world. You might be doing something that you've never seen anybody else do, or that your idols don't do, or the people you look up to don't do. Don't try to be them. Just learn from their spirit. Because you're never going to be them. Nobody wants an imitation or a copy of a copy. We all want to see the original things. So if you're authentic and you try things and So what if you ain't seen nobody else do it? You can be the one to do it. That's cool. It's good. It just, you'd be shocked at how much joy and amazement you will get. Sorry, I keep looking around. I get tired of seeing myself. So that's why, and that's just me. I always look all over the place. I can never just settle my eyes on something for too long. But yeah, I'm going to check into my beautiful friends in the Indianapolis DIY community, and then I'm going to kick back and elevate my legs for a little bit. And I need to get some work done today too. But it was an incredible day. Incredible. Yeah. Agape love to all y'all.